What's good, YouTube? Swiftly here, back with another NBA 2K26 video. And in today's video, I have another episode of Rare Builds for you guys. As you can see on your screen, today's episode, I'm going to be making you guys a table setting board enforcer. So with that being said, let's jump right into the build. Now, I did make this build at the center position. Obviously, you could choose to make it at, power forward if you want. This is just what I went with, center. And then I also went 7-4. Now, before I make this build, I know that they recently put out a patch that's supposedly supposed to cook 7-4s or whatever have you, that people were saying, oh yeah, they cook 7-4s, 7-4s are cooked, yada, yada, yada. 7-4s are not cooked. I'm still seeing people cut up with 7-4s. I'm still seeing people shoot over people with 7-4s. Yeah, the contest is a little bit better now, but people are still shooting just as good as they were before. So don't take that too much to heart. You still can make a 7-4 and you can still, make this build viable and still do good with the 7-4. So I don't want people to think that, oh, just because they put out that patch or update or whatever, that means 7-4s are dead. Because nah, people are still going crazy with 7-4s. So position center, height 7'4", weight, I went minimum weight at 230. And then a wingspan, I went up just a little bit to 7'9". Now, you can play around with the wingspan as much as you like. If you feel like you want better shooting, you can go down. But I went up some just because I wanted to have the rebounding. You know what I'm saying? The rebounder was important to me to make sure that I was able to rebound. I don't know how people are playing on a 7-4 build with like an 85 D board. But when you go up against a 7-footer, a 7-1, a 7-2, and I've seen this with the 7-4 on my team, you're going to give up a lot of O boards and D boards that you should have. You're going to give up a lot of those, mostly D boards, because obviously O board on offense, you're going to be at the 3-point line, but on defense, I'm seeing these dudes give up a lot of O boards because they're 7-4, and not only are they 7-4, right, but they have a 7'4" wingspan. So it's like, yeah, you got that 89 3-ball, 90 mid-range, and that's nice. But you got an 85 D board, and you're going up against somebody that has like a 92, 96 O board. And that's the reason why you're getting horsed like that. So that's why I went 7'9" on a wingspan, just so that we have some like longer wingspan so we could get those rebounds. Now, for the attributes, this is what I went with. We went 80 on the close shot. Driving layup is 56. Driving dunk is a 76 on this build. And then for the dunking, we went 80 on the standing dunk and 80 on the post control. Now, I know, show you guys the badges. I know people can be like, oh, man, that's kind of low and whatnot. But with this, right, you will be able to cap breaker up to silver rise up, and then you will be able to +1, +2 for like Hall of Fame rise up. You'll be able to +1 or +2 for gold posterizer or silver posterizer, depending on what you want for this build and whatnot. You'll be able to throw cap breakers and get up to, I think like a 75-ish layup, I think. So you'll be able to get like physical finisher and whatnot on this build. And then you also have an 80 close shot, so you'll have float game, hook specialist, and paint prodigy, which you can also +1 or +2 to gold or silver or Hall of Fame, or even, gold or Hall of Fame for float game and hook specialist, depending on what you want. And then also, if you throw cap breakers on this, you only need +4 to get to silver paint prodigy, and then, +1, +2, that can go to Hall of Fame if that's what you choose to do. Same thing with the post control. You're looking at pretty much just silver badges across the board. Post powerhouse, hook specialist, post up poet, and you have bronze unpluckable. So when it comes down to it, you can kind of pretty much do whatever you feel, if you feel like you need to go higher, or you want a cap breaker, or +1, +2, one of these, you can do that. I'm not really seeing too many people play out of the post though, so it's really up to you. But I went this attribute just so that if I felt like I wanted to be more of a post-up player, I could do that. Then for the shooting, we have a 79 3-ball maxed out, and then we have a 34 3-ball. And the reason why we're going with a 34 3-ball is because we are going to use all of our cap breakers to bring that 3 up. Now, obviously, you could get a little bit better of a 3-ball if you put your shit up by itself. But the reason why I'm not doing that is because you're not going to get any extra badges by getting a higher 3-ball. with this build. So this build can get a 78 3 ball. I think with your cap breakers, it caps at like 75 or 74 or something like that. So either way, if we wasted our attributes and put this up naturally, we're still not going to get limitless range or any extra badges. And then even if we use cap breakers, we're still not going to get limitless range or any extra badges. So I would rather just use cap breakers because 3-point, any type of shooting on a build is expensive. We can save those cap breakers and put this elsewhere to make this build so much better. And then just waste 5 cap breakers instead of wasting however many attribute points to put this 3 up. You use 5 cap breakers and bring this 3 all the way up. And those other points can be put elsewhere into this build, making this build that much better. So we're going to skip out on the 3. Free throw, I'm going to go 88 on the free throw, I think. Yeah, 88. Which I guess brings the 3 up to 43 naturally. For playmaking, I went 85 on the pass accuracy. And then for the ball handle, I went 45 on the ball handle. And then with the speed with ball, I left that just like that. And 85 is going to get you bronze bailout, gold versatile visionaries, gold diamond, and silver break starter. That right there alone will make you a solid passer. Solid passer. I'm running point with an 85 pass accuracy, although on my other build I have a 94. But both guard builds, I really don't notice a difference. I will say the only difference in a 94 and an 85 is that my passes are way faster with a 94. But even with an 85, I very rarely throw a turnover unless I throw a bad pass. Like somebody baits me and I still throw that pass. Like that's just a bad pass. It's not because I can't make those passes. It's just I got baited into throwing a bad pass. Like so 85 is definitely solid. I feel really good about 85 pass accuracy this year. The only thing I don't like about this is that bronze bailout. Anything under gold bailout is useless. Even gold bailout sometimes is useless, but bronze or silver, just a waste of time. The only reason why I'm going 85 is because I only want to put 1 or 2 cap breakers on this for a gold break starter, and then maybe a +1 or +2 for Hall of Fame or Legend break starter. So that's the reason why I'm going 85, just so that we could just bam do that, and then we can +1 or +2 however we see fit. Makes it just that much easier to get to 87 or whatever by going 85. But really, if you care about anything when it comes to passing, if you care about bailout, then you should definitely shoot for higher levels. But, you know, that's the reason why I went 94 on my other build, because 94 gets me gold. And then I was able to, you know, +1 or +2 for legend if I feel like I need to go higher. But, again, 85 on the pass act, 45 ball handle, 25 speed with ball. For the defense, we're looking at an 88 on the interior defense. And then we're looking at 38 on the perimeter, 46 on the steal, and then for the block, we're going 90 on the block. And the reason why I'm going 90 on the block is because with cap breakers, that will get you up to a 93 block. This build can get 99, so if you feel like you want to go higher, you can go up to 94. Just make some tweaks elsewhere on the build. But me personally, I only really care about gold paint patroller, because I'm just going to max +1, max +2 paint patroller anyway, so it's not going to be a necessity for me to go 99, you know. Even though I did go 99 last year, this year I feel, you know, decent about the blocking at 93. I've seen dudes get like 8, 7 blocks, 6 blocks in rec with just a 93 block, so I won't mind going 93, 88, and then just going like that to get Legend Paint Patroller if I choose to do so. Then for the rebounding, we're looking at a 95 on the D board, and then we're going 93 on the O board, which I know is kind of high. I know people are gonna be like, yo, why would you do that? You could just go lower. Trust me. The thing that people don't understand about rebounding, right? If you're on defense, you're using your defensive rebound, right? You're using your 95 D board. If you are going against somebody with a 96 O board, that's what you need to take into consideration. Your 95 D board versus their 96 O board. If you're going for O board and you're going a 96 O board, but they got a 99 D board, you're less likely to get that offensive rebound, because your offensive rebound is going against their defensive rebound, and your defensive rebound is going against their offensive rebound. And I've said this so much since 2K23, 2K22, 2K24, when I'm trying to tell you guys stop just making these high O board builds because O board is cheaper. People are going 96 O board and then going like 80 something defensive rebound, and then they wonder why they're getting snagged because you have a 96 O board, which is cool. You got the animations, you got the badges, but when it's attribute versus attribute, their 96 D board, 99 D board is going to be higher, or their 96 O board is going to be higher than your 85 D board, and that's why you're getting snagged on all over the place. Now, something like this is more balanced. Last year, what I did was I went 96 O board, and then I went like 90 D board to me, which was a little bit more balanced, but as you can see, you're capped at a 95 O board, so that's why I'm going 93. You can drop that to 92 if you want. I just went 93. And then I plan to just +1 because you can't get to a 96 D board on this build. As you can see, 96, it caps at 96 D board, 95 O board. So what I plan to do is throw one cap breaker on that for Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser, and then we're good to go. We got Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser legitimately. You throw a max +1 on that, and now you have Legend Rebound Chaser, and then you also still have high attributes for offensive rebound, where you don't have to worry about getting snagged on if you want to drop down there for O boards. Now, moving on, we have our physicals, which I'm going with 62 speed, max that out. Agility 47, max that out. We're just basically trying to max out our physicals. Strength, we're going 74 on the strength, and obviously that's not too high because we only have 230 on our weight, so you know the strength is going to be a little bit of a problem. But for right now, I don't see this being an issue for two reasons. One, you have a bevy of max +1s and max +2s at your disposal, so you'll be able to +2 brick wall. You'll be able to +2 post lockdown or whatever, and be able to, you know, bolster your defense that way. You're gonna have high interior defense. You're gonna have high block. You're gonna have blocking badges. You're gonna have interior defense badges, but you're also gonna have high block, high interior defense, and you're also gonna have height on your advantage of being 7'4", and you're also going to have wingspan on your advantage being 7'9" wingspan and not being midget hands at 7'4" with a 7'4" wingspan. You're going to have 7'9" wingspan, so you're going to be able to play hands-up defense and get contest on people and whatnot and, you know, disrupt their shots. And then finally, we're just going to go all the way and max out our vert to 73. So as you can see, this is what the badge layout is looking like. Float game, hook specialist, paint prodigy, physical finisher if you choose to get it, if you cap breaker your layup, drive and dunk. You know, we're gonna have bronze posterizer, which you could cap breaker that up to, you know, silver or gold, silver aerial wizard, bronze rise up, and then of course with one cap breaker we will have silver rise up, and then you can max +1 or 2 that to gold or Hall of Fame. 80 on the post control, getting a silver post fade, hook specialist, post up poet, unpluckable, and bronze post powerhouse. We have a 79 midi with a 43-3, and then with cap breakers, we will get up to like a 70-ish 3-ball. So you're gonna have bronze Deadeye. You have silver set shot specialist. You know, nothing to frown about. And then of course you got max +1s and max +2s. You throw a max +2s on both of these, and then now you're looking at Hall of Fame set shot with gold Deadeye, which is not too bad to have, you know. And then, of course, playmaking, we have an 85 pass accuracy for bronze bailout, gold versatile and diamond with silver break starter, which +2 to this gets us gold, and then we can max +1 or 2 that for legend break starter or Hall of Fame. Then we have our interior badges with bronze post lockdown, silver paint patroller, gold off ball pest, and then bronze high flying denier. Of course, you can max +1 or 2 these. With 3 cap breakers, we will get our block to a 93, getting us gold paint patroller. And then you cap max +1 or 2 that to get legend. And then you can max +1 or 2 high flying denier to get gold and legend paint patroller. So if that's what you want to do, that's also something you could do. Obviously, +1 on our rebound gets us Hall of Fame Rebound Chaser. +1 on that to get Legend Rebound Chaser. And then finally, our physicals, 62 speed, 47 agility, 74 strength, and then 73 vertical. Now, you can obviously, if you want to make some tweaks, I would recommend just going down a couple intervals. instead of 62, go 60. Instead of 47, you know, go 45. It'll give you some leeway to put some extra stuff on somewhere on your build, but you don't have to do that. That's just what I would do. I don't think 74 is going to remove a badge or anything, so you can go down to 72 if you want to cut some corners on your build and make some adjustments. Maybe get some steal or some perimeter or something like that. Maybe make your free throw or your finishing a little higher. If that's what you choose to do, maybe go 81 on your standing dunk instead of that way, and then boom, you can save a cap breaker if you want. You know, it's up to you. You can tweak this build. Remember, these builds are just templates for you to get the build name that you want, the rare build name of table setting board enforcer, but you can always tweak what I have here to suit it to what you like. So obviously we're going to create our build. See shades of, we got Yao Ming, we got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, we got Ralph Sampson. You see table setting board enforcer is our name. Go-to badges: box out beast, rebound chaser, versatile visionary. Top attributes: D board, O board with block. Our strengths are clear space for defensive boards, crashes the offensive glass with authority, owns the restricted area, defends space inside well. And our weaknesses is no stretch 5 capability and gets pushed around easily. Now, one of those weaknesses will get nullified. That no stretch 5 capability will get nullified with our cap breakers. Now, get pushed around easily, there's nothing we can do about that because we went minimum weight. Obviously, if you don't care about being quick, you can always just go higher on your weight just so you have a little bit more strength. But me personally, I kind of care about being able to get up and down the court.
Right now.
I don't like not being able to get up and down the court, so I went with minimal weight so we can get up and down. You know, we can get back on defense and all of that stuff. And then, of course, I'm going to create the build just so I can show you guys what cap breakers and whatnot we can get. Now, one thing I want to point out is the way to really make this build stand out is your build specialization. Now, you can choose what build specialization you want. Right now, I'm at 8 out of 9 for my build specialization for shooting. As you can see, I got goal progress 8 through 9, so I have all the way up to the second cap breaker. Working on the max +2 for this, and then I'm on my finishing. I think I'm on like on 4. Yeah, I got 3 out of 9 done for finishing. Then once I do finishing, I plan to work on rebounding, and then I'm done. I'm not doing any other build specialization outside of finishing, shooting, and rebounding. But I think this build with shooting would probably do the most, right? Because one, you'll be able to save a cap breaker, because right now I only have 4 cap breakers, right? And then if you put +5 on this, that'll get you to a 76 3 ball, right? Which is cool. That solves the problem of not having quote-unquote stretch 5 ability, right? But you can save 2 of those cap breakers by going shooting specialization. So if we take that and then we go shooting specialization, right, which I can't do, I can't commit because I haven't met the thresholds for shooting, but you use your cap breakers or whatever. Obviously you wouldn't have to use all your cap breakers, but you would have to use some of your cap breakers to get to a 60. But you only need to use 2 cap breakers for your shooting anyway. So you use 3 regular cap breakers to get your 3 up to a 60 to unlock shooting specialization, and then you use your 2 specializations cap breakers on this. You now have your 76 3 ball. Then we, throw +2 on pass accuracy. You're looking at 87 pass ac, +5 to your layup, get you a 77 layup, +1 to your standing dunk will get you rise up, +5 to your post control, get you a 92 post control. There's a bunch of different things that you can do. +3 for gold paint patroller. And then again, as I said before, you also have your max +1s and max +2s, which I would use to elevate my shooting, since like a 76 3 ball means you're gonna have like bronze and silver badges. Those max +2s, you can elevate that from bronze to gold deadeye. You know what I'm saying? From silver set shot to Hall of Fame set shot. And then you're also not giving up anything else, because look, you also you have some speed, you have some agility, you have some vertical, you have rebounding, and you have defense, and you're going to be able to play defense because you went 7'9" on the wingspan and you're 7'4". So there you have it. This is my table setting board enforcer build for NBA 2K26. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe for more NBA 2K26 content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.